One of the most common ways you interact with your pup might actually be hurting your relationship. In this video, we'll explore why you should not pet your dog on the head, how to know if your pup is unhappy with your petting, and the best way to pet your dog and other dogs you meet. Here's the deal. To us, humans, a dog's head might seem like the obvious spot to pet them because it's usually the highest point and dogs are generally smaller than us. If the best spot to pet a dog was actually its feet, many dog owners would end up hurting their backs from bending down so much. Plus, we're used to petting heads ourselves, like how we pat kids on the head, touch faces before a kiss, or do each other's hair. We connect head touches with affection and love, so it's natural to think our dogs feel the same way. Here's how dogs see things. While dogs might seem small and adorable to us, they view humans as pretty big and intimidating. Because we stand upright, we loom over them even more when we pet their heads. Some dogs might get used to it or even like it as part of human behavior, but it's not naturally comfortable for them. Here's the issue. You might think it's easy to tell when a dog is unhappy, like when they growl or show their teeth. But that's just the tip of the iceberg. Growling and baring teeth are to dogs what yelling and stomping are to humans. Clear signs of anger, but not the first warning. Dogs have many subtle ways to show they're annoyed or stressed, and they're often less obvious. Sign number 1, ducking away. If your dog pulls back or moves their head away when you reach out, that's a clear sign they're not into it. Studies show that dogs often dodge head pats to avoid what they perceive as an intimidating gesture. Sign number 2. A dog's ears can reveal a lot about their mood. When a dog's ears are flat against their head, it's usually a sign they're feeling uneasy or stressed. This subtle body language is a key indicator that your dog is not enjoying the head path. Sign number 3. Displacement behaviors occur when an animal or person feels a strong urge but tries to hide it. For example, a kid might shuffle in their chair because they need to use the bathroom but want to keep playing. For dogs, displacement behaviors show up when they're uncomfortable with something you're doing. They might lick their lips or yawn to release their stress while trying to be a good dog. If your dog is yawning while you're patting their head, they might be trying to cope with their discomfort. Sign number 4. You know that cute thing dogs do where they roll their eyes so you can see a sliver of white? This is called whale eye or moonie, but it's actually a sign that the dog is stressed or annoyed. Sign number 5. Tense body. If your dog's body becomes rigid or tense, it's a sign they're uncomfortable. Look for these physical cues to gauge their reaction. Sign number 7. Avoidance behavior. If your dog tries to walk away or turns their head to the side, they're signaling that they don't want to be petted on the head. Respect their space. Sign number 8. Excessive scratching or shaking. If your dog starts scratching their head or shaking it vigorously, they might be trying to shake off the uncomfortable feeling. Sign number 9. Tucked tail. A dog with a tucked tail is often feeling submissive or scared. If your dog's tail is low while you're petting them on the head, they're likely not enjoying it. How to pet your dog. Start by approaching from the side rather than the front. This makes your dog feel less threatened. Begin by petting their shoulders and watch their body language. If they stiffen up, they're not in the mood. If they relax, you can continue. Move down their spine towards the base of the tail, which many dogs enjoy. The one exception to the don't pet on the head rule is behind the ears. Many dogs, love being scratched there, but only if you've already bonded with them. How to pet a stranger's dog. Always ask for permission before petting someone else's dog. You don't know their temperament, and it's polite to check first. Offer your hand near their nose without touching. Wait for them to come closer. If they back away, don't push it. If they sniff your hand, they're okay with you. Stick to petting their shoulders and avoid the head, as they might not be comfortable with that yet. How to prevent strangers from petting your dog inappropriately. It's simple stand-up for your dog. Your pup might not be able to say where they like to be petted, but you can. If a stranger approaches, let them know if it's okay to pet your dog, and always feel free to say no if it's in your dog's best interest. For example, you can say, "She prefers being petted on her shoulders." Most dog lovers will be happy to follow your guidance, as they want the interaction to be positive for both you and your dog. Which places should I avoid when petting my dog? Many dogs don't like being petted on their tail or paws. The tail is sensitive because it's closely connected to the spine, and dogs can be protective of it. Paws are also sensitive, with lots of nerve endings. Plus, having their paws touched can make a dog feel off balance, just like you wouldn't like someone grabbing your feet. What common mistakes do people make when petting their dogs? There are two main mistakes to watch out for. Hugging or touching the cheeks. While it might feel nice to you, most dogs don't enjoy being hugged or having their cheeks touched. It can make them feel trapped, even if they don't want to move away. They just need to know they have the option to leave if they want. Petting for too long. Experts suggest petting in short bursts. Pet for a few seconds, then take a short break to give your dog a chance to move away if they're done. This way, you're respecting their comfort and preferences. Petting in the wrong spots. Many dogs are sensitive about their tails, paws, and certain areas around their head. Research highlights that touching these spots can make your dog uncomfortable. Stick to areas where your dog likes being petted. Petting while the dog is eating or sleeping. Dogs need their personal space, especially when they're eating or sleeping. Interrupting these moments can cause stress or aggression. It's best to let your dog enjoy their quiet time undisturbed. Inconsistent petting techniques. Switching up your petting style can confuse or stress your dog. Stick to consistent, gentle petting methods that your dog is familiar with to build trust and comfort.